According to the gospel writers and the ancient prophets, God created humans to be stewards of his creation. For them to be able to do that to his liking, they needed to be equipped with the ability to care for things other than themselves, the one characteristic that only God himself possessed. We call that one unique aspect love. God doesn't just love us. The very essence of God is love. The writer says so in 1 John chapter 4, verse 8, and again in verse 16. Of course, the ancient writers also described how that didn't work out so well. Adam and Eve failed the test. Like billions of people before us, we love the story, knowing that it is a beautiful fiction. The story the scientists come up with isn't half as exciting. The best thing you can say about it is that it comes closer to the truth about how humans evolved and became the dominant species on Earth, even with the ability to destroy it. Of course the scientists, argue about some of these details, but there is also agreement about a great deal of it. That's just the way science works. Some science disciplines are simply more fuzzy than others. The concept of the kingdom of God comes mostly from the Gospels, according to Luke and Matthew. They talk about how Jesus refuses when people try to make him king. My kingdom is not of this world, he says. For him, fulfilling the desire of God for the kingdom of heaven to apply to earth as well is what drives him. For us today and for hundreds of church leaders throughout history, the word king implies someone who decides what you should do, when you should do it, and punishes you for when you don't do it. But that's not how Jesus understood it to be a king, and he illustrated that by washing his disciples' feet. The king in the realm of heaven is a servant, not a ruler. Nowadays, the kingdom metaphor is a little unfortunate because for most people it tends to conjure up and overshadow the servant aspect of Jesus' ministry. Some religious leaders today still do use it to exercise power over people. That makes a lot of people suspicious of religious groups, Christians in particular. Once an idea like that takes root, it is very difficult to break free from it. I think a better metaphor is the garden metaphor. The Garden of Eden was the world the way God wanted it to be before evil entered the picture. Our mission here at New Covenant House is to restore the garden here on earth, here and now. We want to end all suffering everywhere. We can't do that as individuals, but in community we can. It is possible.